Hello. Oh my goodness. Okay, I was just actually posting a picture on Facebook, my regular Facebook page, and I just posted the picture on Twitter and also on Instagram at Prepper Nurse One for both of those. It We went and saw Eddie today, so I got a picture with myself and the twins, and so they will be 20 years old on Friday, and I can tell you it is unbelievably crazy to think that they're going to be 20 years old already. The time has gone by just unbelievably fast. So anyway, before we get started here, that's what I was finishing up. I'm like, let me finish this up real quick, and but that's what I was doing. All right. So we're going to be talking about what we need or should be doing with your money and stuff like that. And this whole piece that I'm going to be doing, guys, is my opinion. It's going to be an opinion piece, okay? So, but it's based on the things that I see, what's going on, and those type of things. So we're going to get into all of that in just a moment. But before we get started, I want to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. So I would ask you all to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. Let's be kind to each other. If you cannot abide by those simple rules, those awesome people that you see lit up in blue will boot you out of here because we're just not going to tolerate that. We like to have nice conversations and interactions with each other, but we're not going to put up with people bullying or nastiness in the chat at all. So just forewarning to everybody ahead of time. So also, if you have any questions, please all cap lock so that stands out for me. It makes it better when I'm trying to read the comments over here and everything like that. So welcome, welcome, and I guess I got a shout out today from Alaskan Prepper, and so I have an influx of people coming in, which is awesome. So all the new people, if you're watching this for the first time and you're watching our, for the first stream, the live stream, welcome. I know I give Alaskan Prepper a shout out in every one of these videos or live streams. When I do a live stream, I like to give Alaskan Prepper a shout out because I think he's an outstanding human being. I like what he's doing. And so again, it's one of those things. Those of you that don't know, at the end of my streams, I like to give shout outs to different channels that I like and that I think that you would enjoy, because I'm a big believer in supporting each other. We should all be supporting each other instead of some. I know there's certain people that want to argue and fight and do all that type of stuff. I think that it's a colossal waste of time and energy, and we should putting our energy into you know, being positive, lifting each other up instead of trying to drag each other down. That's just my take on that. So, but I think Alaskan Prepper is an awesome channel, and so I appreciate his shout out. And anybody that's new that came in and, like I said, it's watching this first stream for the first time, welcome, welcome, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so what a crazy day. I gotta tell you real quick. I'm gonna tell you about the crazy day that I had today. So I had to get up this morning, and Mom and Beck and myself, my sister Becky, we had to go to Batavia and grab the rest of my niece's stuff that she had at the ex-boyfriend's house and bring it out here. And now it is, for right at the moment, it is under a tarp until the loft is finished in Becky's one end of her house. And once that's finished, all that stuff is going to go up into the loft. So that's what we did the first part of the morning. So that was a lot of fun. Uh, but that was uh, all new visitors. You have made an excellent choice. Well, thank you, Asa, for saying so. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate you saying that, and thank you for the donation. But I thought she was bringing her camper. Pamela, it's not her camper. It was the boyfriend's camper. So she's not going to be staying in that. She's got to make some choices of what she wants to do. Right now, she's staying at her father's place. You still have the wood stove cranking? Yes, JJ, the wood stove is going full force. And actually, all of my dogs who are normally in here with me, they're all out in front of the wood stove. Yeah, so they're all out there. But anyway, so went and did that this morning. Brought all this, loaded everything up, brought everything back here, unloaded everything. So then Heather and I left here. Those of you who don't know who Heather is my daughter, and we went to go see her brother and my son, who now lives with his mother. When Eddie turned 18, he decided that he didn't want to abide by the rules, and so he went to go live with mom, which is whatever. That's fine. But so we went down there to visit with him. It was very nice to see him, and I wanted to give him his birthday. I give him money. I can remember being a kid, and yeah, 20 years old is still being a kid. And whenever Christmas or whatever, any holiday as a kid, I remember I always liked money. Don't get me socks and underwear. Give me money, and I'll go spend it the way I want it to. So that's what I do with my children. I give them money for their birthday, and I'm going to give them money for Christmas. And whenever they decide to have children, I will spoil the crap out of my grandchildren, but not anytime soon, I hope. I don't want any grandchildren right away. I want them to be more mature and be ready when they have their children. But so that's kind of what I do. So I wanted to go down there. Oh, JJ's putting up Heather's link. My daughter, actually, we went to Michael's today as well. She wanted to go to Michael's. And I'm going to tell you what else I did. And then we are going to get into the topic. And part of what we did is part of the topic. So I will be getting into that. So just bear with me. Um, but so we went to Michael's. Heather wanted to get a bunch of stuff. And so we were looking at stuff together. And, she was looking for some inspiration and designs. And so we were both picking. I go, what do you think of this? And what do you think of these? And it was really cool. I really, really enjoyed that. And we had a really nice time. So Heather got a bunch of stuff for her Etsy channel, and JJ had just put the link up in the chat for her Etsy channel because she is making and selling jewelry. So that's what's going on with that. So anyway, we had to stop, and I'm going to make a huge recommendation to all of you. If you guys are ever in the Rochester, New York area, and you get into Greece, New York, there is an Italian delicatessen called Pinos, Pinos, Pinos. You like Italian food? I love Italian food. That's where you want to go. Subs, meals, whatever. So they have, in my opinion, some of the best meatballs that there are. So we went down to Pinos because Heather's like, well, since we're in Rochester, are we going to go to Pinos? And I don't go to Rochester very often, obviously. So yes, we went. We got a couple of meals that we brought back home. And each one of those meals will give you two meals. One meal will give you two meals. And then, of course, we got six meatballs separately, and we've already eaten. We ate four of them while we were driving around. Fantastic food. So again, if you're ever in the Rochester, New York area, and you get into Greece, New York, Pinos is the way to go. So, and like I said, I am a connoisseur of Italian food. Love, love, love Italian food. I have no Italian in me whatsoever, but it's my favorite. So, I had if you guys have been paying attention to what's going on, when I went to West Virginia, I took one of my generators with me to West Virginia for the camper to use down there. So I don't like not having multiple backups. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it at all. So today, while we were out and I was down in Rochester, I said, well, let me stop into Tractor Supply. And I picked up a backup generator today. Just because one is none, two is one. So if you have two generators, one breaks down, now you have one, right? So, and then if that one breaks down, then you got nothing. I like being able to have a backup generator in case of that emergency, something happens. So I have the main one that I use as a backup power source for my solar system. If we get a rainy day like we did yesterday and there was no sunshine, we need to make sure that we still have power and that we're also charging the batteries at the same time. And so I will run the generator for a certain amount of time to run the, give us lights and then put power into the batteries. So it's an important aspect of having a solar system. You absolutely should have a backup generator, without a doubt. So, yep, it's an inverter generator. Yep. So it is it when I flip the generator on, it gives power to both houses, but at the same time it charges up the batteries. So when the batteries get low, that's what we do. And so I like having, if some, let's say tonight, I'm just using this as an example and hope this doesn't happen, but let's say tonight the generator that I've been using goes kaput. If I don't have something else on site that I can fire up, wire up, get things squared away right away, now I'm going to be sitting in the dark perhaps until I can have that. If my batteries got to that point of being so low, then we would be in big trouble. And so, but if I run my generator, uh, you know, like today, a good example, I'll give you an example like today. So today we had a sunnier day. So I had run the generator last night for a few hours because of the fact that we had no power, coming in yesterday. But today was a good day, a good solar power day. So I'll kick the generator. Like right now, the generator's on. So it's charging up the batteries. I want them to a certain level before I go to bed. Then the generator gets turned off and we're on solar. So, it's a smart thing to do. It's like I've been doing this long enough. I know that certain times a year I need to use a generator more. And so it's nice to have. I don't have a Generac at this point in time. No, there is actually a major waiting list to get a Generac. I was looking, and I'll tell you this part of it as well. I was looking to get a Generac generator for our off-grid running both houses, right? As like I said, again, as a backup, and I wanted to get it dual fuel, propane and gasoline, and so I had called Lowe's, tried to get an appointment. So I talked to a lady. She says, "Well, we're not used to setting up off-grid systems, so we're going to have to get back to you." And I said, "Fine." They got back to me and said, "No, we don't do that." So I realized what I have to do is I'm going to have to get um, buy one myself and set it up myself is what I'm going to have to do. But a Generac generator is not cheap. So, and just Okie Forge just said 10-month backlog on Generacs. Yeah, so there is, and that was what I was going to tell you guys too. There is a backlog on trying to get something like that, and they're not cheap. But if you have an automatic start one in the middle of winter, nice thing to have. So if the batteries got to a certain level, it would kick on automatically, and that's what I want to do. But you know, we have to change the oil periodically in the generator. You can only run a generator for so many hours, and you need to change the oil and those type of things. So that's one of the things that we do. Okay, so just sharing that part of that with you. But it's an investment, and if you don't have backups to your investment, you have nothing. So that was one of the main reasons why, especially when I took my other backup generator that I had down to West Virginia. And the best part, so, and I will share the cost of it. It was $540 for the generator. It's a 4,500 watt generator that takes care of our needs. Doesn't run a tremendous. I don't need a huge generator. I don't need that. So even if I do get a Generac down the road, which is what I absolutely do want to do, I don't need a huge one. I need a smaller system that basically is going to run both houses and then be able to charge up the batteries at the same time. So, but yeah, JJ, I did go with Lowe's, and I can probably go and buy one there. Yes, I could probably do that. But I wanted to make sure. I get I get urges and I get feelings, if you will. And I have talked about this with you guys, and I think that we are in for a very difficult winter. I really do. So I don't like not being prepared the way I'm comfortable being prepared, which is probably way more than the average bear, which anybody that watches this channel knows that that's how I am. So I didn't like the fact that I didn't have a backup generator on site now because I took the other one down to West Virginia. So that's why I grabbed another one today. I will tell you right now, I'm not even going to take it out of the box. I'm going to take the box and I'm going to stick it away, and it's there. It's like in case of emergency, break glass. I like having that. It makes me feel more comfortable. So that's why I did what I did. So anyway, that's all part of what I want to talk about with this topic. Okay, so we're going to talk about. Let's talk. We're going to talk about what you should be doing with your money. We're going to talk about the value of money. What is money worth? Okay, and we're going to go into that discussion. So I want to get into that. We're going to do that right now. But first, I see we have 611 people in the chat. I have 216 thumbs up at this point. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, and that's 2/3 of you, I would ask you to please shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel. And thank you very much ahead of time for that. Yeah, the woolly caterpillar. I'll talk about that real quick. 80K man, I will talk about that real quick. But if you haven't shot a thumbs up, please do so to show support for the channel, and thank you ahead of time for doing so. Also, it really makes a difference with the algorithm, so the more interaction we have, positive or negative, and we would obviously rather have positive, it pushes us up higher in the ranking, so I thank you for that reason as well. The third reason is I like to see a lot of thumbs up. That's just being honest. So also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. So 80K man, who has a channel as well, which I absolutely recommend that you join his channel as well. He is up in the Adirondacks. So from where I am in New York to where he is in New York, he is much further north, in the upper part of New York State, where I am more middle left of New York. But he's up in the Adirondacks. He was just talking about the woolly caterpillars. They kind of predict what the winters are going to be like. So those caterpillars are normally black and brown, and depending on where it is in their coloring, so if they have a little bit of black in the beginning and then it's more brown through the center and then black at the end, it means a hard start to winter, mild in the center, and then hard ending of winter. The woolly caterpillars that I have seen this year in New York State are all black. There was no brown on that woolly, caterpillars that I have seen. So that is a really big indication that we are going to have a very, very harsh winter. We have had that discussion before on here, and other people in different states said that they've seen more black than brown on the woolly caterpillars in their areas as well. So, but that's you know very strong indication, and I go with those. We saw a solid black one today. Michelle Rucker just said, yeah. So there, I think we're in all black too in Virginia. Gloria just said, yep. So I think we're going to be in for a harsh, harsh winter. That's my opinion. I like to be as ready as I possibly can be for those type of situations. My brother ordered a Generac last December, and he's still waiting on it. Wow. Hey, Freddie left you. Just picked up a Sportsman brand 2020 or 2,200 watt dual fuel generator from Tractor Supply on sale for $4.99. Just saw a black Caterpillar in Ciro, New York. Yeah, that's like I said. It's going to be an interesting winter. So yeah, 80K man said he's 4 hours north of me. So makes sense. Yeah, it's about right. New York State is a huge, huge state. So um, anyway, so what should you be doing with your money right now? So let's talk about paper money to start with. The fiat dollar. What is it backed by? It is backed by absolutely nothing. So any bills that you have, they're backed by nothing. Okay. Hey, Asif. My official forecast for the U.S. east of the Mississippi River, three major insurrections of the polar vortex, December, January, and February. That wouldn't be fun. That would not be fun at all. Asiv's hobby is weather. Thank you for the statement, Asiv, and thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. So the dollar's backed by nothing. So realistically, with what is going on with inflation and everything else, the dollar becomes less and less stable. It is worth less and less. So if the market goes up tomorrow, if the banks close their doors tomorrow, okay, any money that you had in those banks, they're gone. It's gone. There's nothing you could do about it. If they close their doors or if they limited what you could take out of those banks, so let's say you got, we're gonna make up a number here. Let's say you got $100,000 in the bank. You're doing well. You're getting a good interest rate, which we know there that doesn't exist anymore. But you're getting a semi decent interest rate on that money, and you have access to that money if you need it, right? If the well, first of all, if the power goes out tomorrow, forget about it. You have nothing. You have zero is what you have. So I don't believe that you should be keeping all of your money in one spot like a bank or money market account or in stocks or in CDs and those type of things. Hey Kimberly, my feelings is are just going to be like 1976 blizzards. I say that because of nature signs and lots of ash in the upper atmosphere piece. Yes, that is. I agree with that 100%. With all the ash from all the volcanoes going off, it definitely will affect the weather of the planet because there's so much stuff going into the upper atmosphere with the ash and it blocks out the sun and it actually lowers the temperature. Imagine that, how that happens. Mount St. Helens is a great example of that. For those of you that don't know, look at how the weather was after Mount St. Helens went in 1980. Look at what happened with there. I think there was snow in July in Maine that year. So it definitely affects things. And you look at all the volcanoes that are going off right now, spewing everything up into the upper atmosphere. It's going to make a big, big difference. Okay. So, but I agree with your statement 100%. Very, very much so. So anyway, so power goes out, you got nothing. If the banks decide to lock things up and limit the amount of money you're able to take out, a good example of that would be, God, what was it? I'm trying to think of was it Spain? Spain that did that? There's been different places around the world, different countries where they had major crises and then they basically shut the banks down and limit the amount of money that you could take out of the bank each day. So technically, that money, if you have it locked up in the banks and stuff like that, or in CDs or whatever the case may be, it is not really yours. If it something happens, you're not going to have access to it. I'm a big believer in not keeping a lot of money in the bank. That's just me personally. Okay. I would rather have my money, and this is kind of the advice that I want to give people. And again, my opinion. I'm giving you guys my opinion. You want to keep money in the bank, knock yourself out, do whatever you want to do. I'm not telling you that you should or shouldn't. You have to do what is comfortable for you. But me personally, I would have rather have my money tied up in tangible goods, something that has barter value, something that has value to help me survive, things that are going to keep me alive. Again, there is it's a very fragile system that we have. And if you haven't been paying attention in seeing how fragile things are and you watching what's going on with the inflation and how that dollar that you had even a year ago compared to now to buy things, you look at how much more expensive across the board it is to purchase things with that same dollar. Now you may need three of those dollars to buy what you paid for a dollar before. Hey, ADK man, he just became a beginner prepper. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate the support. Thank you for supporting the channel. I do appreciate that. So, So those of you that don't know, I do have a membership thing as well on the channel, and so that is on my main page, and you will see the join button, and you can decide if you would like to help support the channel that way as well. You're more than welcome to. For my hardcore preppers, I do a live stream at least once a week, and sometimes when I get behind and life gets crazy, I try to make it up and do a live stream for all member levels. I try to do that too. Asif says, since the last recession, rules have changed that allow banks to fail to do a bail-in, allowed to take a percentage of the deposits to make it solvent rather than relying on the U.S. government for a bailout. Wow, yeah, that's not good either. Thank you very much for that information, Asif. I appreciate that, and thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that too. But if you're paying attention to what is going on, I have not I keep enough money in the bank basically to cover bills that I pay online. Any other money, it comes out immediately. I don't write checks. So if I have bills that I have to pay, I use a money order. That's my own personal thing. I just don't like the way that the system is set up, and I that's what I do. But I would rather have the cash on hand to be able to have that. Now, I do have, and I've talked about this, I do have silver. I have junk silver, dimes, quarters, 50-cent pieces, silver dollars. I have those. I think that that's a good investment because precious metals will retain their value even if the dollar completely collapses. So they will retain their value. They will still have value no matter what. Okay. So I have no money. I have credit cards. Oh, yeah, Kimberly. Yeah, those are, you have to be very, very careful with credit cards because it's very, very easy for that to get away from you and become a problem really quickly. It can be. It happens. And people, there have been many, many times that has happened. So when the dollar was used to be backed by gold, the dollar was backed by gold. They changed that. I believe that was in the 70s. If I'm not correct, somebody please correct me, but I believe that it was in the early 70s that they stopped backing the US dollar by gold. So you know only 6K. Oh, that's not bad. I know people that are much, much more in depth than it. 1973. Yep, Asif just said 1973. Now other people are saying 1971. So early 70s, they stopped backing the U.S. dollar with gold, and it was backed by nothing from that point on. And now you look at what they do. Whenever we have an issue, we just print more. So realistically, it's not worth anything. If you can take your money and put it into things that are going to work for you, tangible goods, like I said, uh, that that's what I do. Okay, I do keep cash on hand as well. You have to have cash on hand. We live in a cash society, of course, but uh, you know, let's go spending. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, it goes very quickly. It goes very quickly. But you know, so I'll tell you. So how about this one? So in New York State, we have the bottle and can return, which we do here. So every time you buy a pop bottle, a water bottle, whatever the case may be, you pay an extra nickel for the deposit on that bottle. When you drink your water or your beer or your pop or whatever you're drinking, you take that bottle back to either a redemption center or the store, you get that money back. So you'll get, if you go to a redemption center, they count out your bottles and cans. They give you the cash right there. If you go to Wegmans or Tops or whatever grocery store in New York State that you go to, they have machines that you can feed these bottles and cans into the machines, and they give you a slip that says, they owe you XYZ. You go up to the cash register, any of them, and then boom, that's how you do it. So, and I used this as an example before when people have said to me, I don't have the money to prep. And I've used this as an example. So today, when we went to go visit, Eddie at his mother's, they had all these bottles and cans in the garage, bagged up. rinsed out, all ready to go. They were like, hey, why don't you guys go ahead and take them? Lynn Ray says, Ed, you have a package in the mail. Thank you for all you do. Oh, thank you, Lynn. I really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. I will go down to the P.O. box and I will definitely check that out. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. So they had all these bottles and cans, and they said, we want to give these to Heather. You guys take them back to the store, and Heather can have the money. Okay. So filled up the back of my truck, these bags, big bags, filled up the entire back of my truck. We took it to a redemption center. $87.90 worth of bottles and cans for Heather. So that was very nice of my ex-wife to do that. But that's what they do. They pile them, pile them, pile them, and they don't like to take them back. So, hey, so 1971 gold standard was put on hold and eliminated in 73. And I'm going to tell you what, guys, Asif knows this stuff, so he knows what he's talking about. So there you go. So in 1973, the gold standard was eliminated to back the dollar. So your dollars, my dollars, everybody's dollars are essentially worthless because it's backed by nothing. So if the government decides tomorrow, all the money that you have is now worth nothing. Look at Venezuela. Look at how inflation and stuff. Venezuela was a very prosperous country. They were doing great. And now look what's happened to them because of the situation down there, because they embraced communism. Here's the thing with communism, folks, okay? You vote communism in, and the only way to get rid of communism is to shoot your way out of communism. That is, if you pay attention to the history of how it has worked, that's how it works. And communism doesn't work. You know, capitalism has its issues. I'm not going to say that it doesn't. It absolutely does. But in the United States, if you have a good work ethic and you work hard and you put yourself in a position, you can accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. That's the beauty of capitalism, is you can come from nothing and you can make something of yourself. If you invent, like these guys that invent different products, right? They come up with an idea, they patent it, they get this product and they take it to the market, and people go, oh my God, where has that been? I need to have that, right? It happens all the time. And then that person makes a tremendous amount of money. There are some brilliant, brilliant people out here from all walks of life that have ideas, they put them together, put them out there, and that's how they do it. So I think it's really, really cool thing, in my opinion. So, but we are in a major, major crisis, in my opinion. Again, I'm giving you my opinion from what I see, the signs of what's going on. When the government officials are telling you, okay, when the people that are we need Heather and Stella sighting tonight, please. Okay, let me text her real quick, and I will tell her to come in with Stella. So hold on one second, guys. All right. So that text is out to her, and I'm sure she'll be in soon. So, but anyway, with everything that is going on, the cost of everything has gone through the roof. So today let's talk about gas prices once again, which continue to go up. Gas prices now here have gone up so we are now paying $3.55 a gallon here in New York State. Okay, $3.55 a gallon. Before I took my last trip down to West Virginia, it had gone up 20 cents in the same week. And so I was gone for 6 days. I come back. This week, it's gone up another 6 cents. So, how about an update on our legacy orders? Sally. Okay, well, I can tell you exactly what's going on with the legacy orders. Those people that have orders out for legacy, there are certain things that are out of stock at the moment, which I have zero control over. None. Okay. Hold on. All seeing cat. Uh, Trying people, one community for first time. Wish me luck. Oh, Prepper Nurse One community for the first. Oh, cool, very cool. Well, I hope that you And he's talking about the Prepper Nurse One community on my YouTube channel, or not mean my YouTube website, not YouTube, but my website. YouTube is different than I have my website, so he's going to go check that. Well, thank you, man. I wish you luck with that. I have the Prepper Nurse One community on my website at preppernurse1.com. Free to join. Doesn't cost anything. Definitely take advantage of it. You do have to register, but no credit card information's asked. So I'm just putting that out there for anybody that says, "What's he talking about?" It's an we've set it up so that like-minded people can connect on my website for free with either people in their country or in their state that they're in. So that just sharing that with you guys. So that's what he was saying. So thank you for the donation. And like I said, I hope you find somebody. There's some great message boards in there. Definitely check everything out if you would like to. Again, preppernurse1.com. All right. So anyway, with the like I said, so you look at what the cost of everything is going up exponentially. Gas has gotten ridiculous. In January, when Trump was still president, gas was $2.20 a gallon here in New York State. Not even a year, and here we are. We are now at $3.55 a gallon. Fuel oil has almost doubled. Uh, Propane, uh, natural gas, all those things have gone through the roof. For those of you that rely on electricity for heating this winter, I hate to think what your bills are going to be this year. It's going to be ridiculous. And people are going to come on and they're going to be like, oh my God, this is insane. I paid this much or that much for my gas and electric bill. It is going to be insane this winter. That is my prediction. I really, and I don't generally make predictions, but if you look at what they have done in the last 6 to 8 months, when you have things that have doubled or gone up 68% in those ranges for the cost of things, how do you do it? How are people surviving? It is absolutely crazy. And again, the price of gas. Here's what thing that would drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. So I have a PayPal account. So what I'll do sometimes is I will gas up with my PayPal account. But because gas is so high, and I have a huge tank on my truck, if I am really low on gas, it will only allow me to pump so much with the PayPal account. Now I have the money in there; it's my money, but they're going to limit you on what you're able to get gas wise, which is ridiculous. Again, that's my opinion, but that's what they do. That's what they do. Let's see. Oh, somebody just got their power break. Yes, because of the storms on the East Coast, 600,000 people are without power. So that is crazy, the number of people that don't have power right now. Because of the high winds, the torrential rains that have happened. This is just a warm up, folks. Could you imagine? So we had here almost 2 inches of rain just the other day. If that had been snow, we would be buried with snow. It happens, and we're going to get that this year. We're going to get it where you're not going to be able to get out, where you're going to be told, stay home, don't travel. And the people that do go out anyway and get stuck or stranded, they're going to hopefully be able to rescue you before you freeze to death in your car. Again, and I will say this, and I always say this, make sure you have a bug out bag in your car. Make sure you have supplies, food, water, wool blankets, medical supplies, extra socks, hats, gloves, layers of clothing that you can put on, shirts, whatever the case may be. Make sure you have those in your vehicles. Good pair of boots, because maybe you're out having a dinner and you're not dressed appropriately. You're trying to drive home, boom, you're in a ditch, whatever the case may be. Now you got to try to get out there and get into that weather. And if you don't have the proper supplies, it can definitely be life or death. So my daughter called saying that they're being charged 150 extra on their electric bill because the company uses diesel in their rural communities. Wow, that's crazy. Thank you for that information. None of that surprises me at all. It doesn't surprise me at all. We're going to be in big, big trouble here, folks. Come January, February, and if that prediction of the bad winter does hit and we have extremely, extremely cold temperatures and a lot of snow, we're going to be in deep, deep trouble really, really quickly. What do we got? 810 people in the chat, guys. We're at 384 and a thumbs up. Again, I'm going to ask you if you have not shot a thumbs up, to shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time for doing so. I do appreciate it. Again, it really does help with the algorithms as well. So the more interaction that we have, the better for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. Third reason, of course, again, I do like to see a lot of thumbs up. That's just part of the game for me. It's just fun. So thank you for that reason as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. So real quickly, I talked about the Prepper Nurse One community on my website. I just want to talk about the rest of my website quickly. We'll get it out of the way, and then we will continue on with our discussion. On my website, if you go to preppernurse1.com, we have the Forefathers logo. So if you go to preppernurse1.com, you'll see the Forefather logo. If you click on that, it will take you to their website. They are a CBD and hemp store. If you go to their website and you decide to make a purchase, when you check out, make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1, and that's the number 1, not ONE, and you will save 15% on your purchase doing so. Okay, that's what I have set up with them. That's never going to change. That's going to stay that way. It's an opportunity for you guys to save some money on your CBD or hemp products. So I put that out there with them and made that arrangement so you guys could save some money. Okay, CBD products are a good thing to have. They help with so many different ailments, so it's definitely a good thing. The other thing on my website, preppernurse1.com, we have the Legacy freeze-dried food. And I want to get back into talking about the rest of Legacy in a moment. It is the freeze-dried food company. So if you go to my website, preppernurse1.com, you click on store, it will drop down. You will see Legacy Foods. You click on that, it will take you to the store within the website. What we have available is there. 25-year shelf life. It is GMO-free, made in the United States. There are gluten options available for people that need that. It is vegetarian, but there are beef and chicken options that can be purchased separately. Definitely something you should have in your long-term preps. It's a good thing to have. So for those of you, when I did the sale here just before October came, some of the stuff is back ordered. Anybody that placed an order, you will get your food. Okay, you'll get your food. I promise you that. It may take longer than you had anticipated. Unfortunately, I have, like I said, I have no control over that. When they have something that goes out of stock, I have to wait till it comes back into stock before I can put that order in. Or if I put the order in, you may receive, some of you have probably received a partial order, because what they do, what did you just knock down?
It was Hella who knocked it down.
Oh.
A can off of the shelf when she got up.
Oh, okay. Some of you have received partial orders. You will get the rest of your order as soon as they get it in. So just letting you know, please be patient. You will get your food. Right now, their shipping times are between 15 and 20 business days, okay, because they're getting slammed. So anyway, so this, obviously, guys, is little Miss Stella. She is the latest addition to the family, and she is definitely full of it. She's a good fit. She's not afraid of the dogs in any way, shape, or form. And obviously, here is the birthday girl in 2 days, Miss Heather.
In 2 days.
In 2 days, will be no longer be a teenager. They're, like I said, the twins will be 20, which is just, where did that time go? So, Oriental Trading Company also has jewelry making supplies.
I'll have to check them out.
All right, so yes, so you were requested.
I was requested. Sorry, I didn't see the text immediately. I was doing jewelry stuff.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, we were talking about earlier in the stream that Heather had we went to Michael's today, and we actually had fun shopping together. I actually had a good time with that, which you wouldn't think so, but
he was like, "Ooh, look at this one! Look at this one! Look at this one!"
Well, she's trying to get ideas for jewelry making, so she's looking at stuff, and I was looking at different stuff, and I go, "Ooh, Heather, what about these the different beads and gems and stuff?" And she was going, "Oh, I like that, Dad." So I'm not bad. I kind of know my thing a little bit, I guess. I can't make the jewelry. I don't have that talent, but Heather does. Heather, show your arm.
Some of my jewelry, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of it on there. You can't. I'm not wearing much of it, but some stuff.
Yeah, she got. Yeah.
And also, you can see she's just fighting this so much.
Yeah, she hates it. She's a good little baby. It's gonna be a big. I think she's gonna be a big cat.
I think so too. She has a nice long tail.
Yeah. So, but she reminds me of my 12-year-old granddaughter. Could be twins. You know, it's funny that you say that, Independent Marine. I think that's very funny because everybody says all the time, she looks like she's 12 years old. And I said, she's like, I hate it. I said, no. It's a good thing to look younger than you are. It's always a good thing. So, but yeah, she looks very young. When you see her when we ride and she puts her hair in two braids, she even looks more like a 12-year-old at that point.
How much do you want for the cat? No money could buy her.
No.
She's my purr ball.
Happy early birthday, Heather. Gigi was saying that. Our 1970 Thanksgiving consisted of rabbit, squirrel, grouse, pheasant, and all the fixing. Mountain Man just said, that's very cool. There is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Nothing wrong with that at all. Better, younger looking in the long haul in life. Jen Boyle's just said. Absolutely.
See, the little girl's licking me.
Oh, yeah, she is. Look at that. That's funny. Yeah, she's a good cat. Mini Panther. Yeah, right. So I got to ask you guys, what did you think of the icon picture that I posted for this live stream? Heather had just brought the dogs in, and Hella is always super excited to be back in the house. And so she had come in and jumped on me once. And so I'm like, I'm going to change the icon picture. So you reset it. And then I called her and I clicked on it, and it's like 3 seconds before it does, and that's how we got that picture of her like jumping all over me. She is a wonderful dog. Love her to death, and Caesar and Pandora, great dogs too. They're absolutely awesome. But Miss Hella is definitely a big galoot. She is a monstrous big dog, and she's just over a year. Actually, on the 6th, she'll be 1 year and 1 month, right? I think it's what we said.
Something like that.
1 year and 1 month, or 1 year and 2 months. So, but cats have scratchy tongues. Yes, they do. 3 black kittens in my yard. They are stray from their stray mama. Aw, I like black cats. I think black cats are pretty cool.
All right, well, I'm gonna
head out. Yes, go back to making jewelry.
Oh, hello. She's back in.
Oh, she's back in here. Yeah. So Hella's back.
I'll pick up that camera.
All right. Well, we got to call Hella, so let's do that for a second. Hella, come here, baby. Where's my girl? Come here. Come here. Come on over here. Come on. Come on up. Come on. Come on up. Come on, baby. Any other time you're right up here and it's on a heartbeat. Yes. There's my girl. My little bitty petite flower. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Yeah, it's a good baby. All right. Okay, down. Oh, good girl. They're pretty chilled out right now. So, anyway, guys, I'm gonna, like I said, this whole thing about money and what you should be doing with your money. Again, this is my opinion, and I want to make sure. PETA has demanded Fauci's resignation. Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, Hella's huge. She's a huge dog. Oh, egg count. I'm sorry. Yes, we have not done the egg count. So let's do the egg count really quickly. While we're doing the egg count again, I'm going to ask again, if you haven't shot a thumbs up, please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time. I do appreciate that. Again, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction, the better. So let us go ahead and get your guesses in for the egg count tonight. And I will tell you how everybody did. Give you guys a moment here to get your guesses in. All right. I have seen one correct guess, and that guess was by Cutting Edge Preparedness. One egg. We got one egg today. Like I said, they have been molting, and it has been cold, and so they just haven't been laying like they normally do. I have been getting 3 to 4 eggs a day. I got 5 eggs the other day, but we just got the one today. So I'm like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, it's just lazy chickens. I'm telling you. Well, like I said, I got my older girls. I'm pretty sure they're not laying anymore. They're not laying anymore. So uh, no, they don't need a heat lamp at night. No, they don't need that. They're fine. It's not that cold. You understand, chickens. The chickens that I have, they're hardy cold weather birds. They're used to the colder weather. My chicken coop, when I built the chicken coop with Greg, Greg and I built the chicken coop together, and we insulated it. And I showed you guys the build. If you go back and you want to watch that, it's a couple of years ago. We built a chicken coop. People were like, "Why are you insulating a chicken coop?" And I used rock wool insulation, which is the best insulation for a chicken coop. Well, best insulation for whatever you're building. To be honest with you, it is. We get cold weather up here, so I wanted to make sure that they were good to go, and so that's I built my chicken coop to be ready for really cold weather, and they do really well in there, and they got plenty of room. And anybody that sees the chicken coop or have seen it, I have been told it's not a chicken coop; it is a chicken palace. So I designed it. I was looking at different things, and I incorporated different designs that other people did, and that's how we built the chicken coop. But what are you going to do with the older chickens? Independent marine, I'm going to let them live out their lives, and when they drop dead, I'm going to just dispose of them. You don't eat them if they die of for whatever reason. If they die, you don't eat them. But I figured that's the best. To me, they gave me eggs for a long time, and I appreciate that. So I'm gonna let them live their lives out, and I'm gonna no freezer camp. No, no, I don't need to do it. I don't need to do it. So if it got to a point where, let's say, the lights went out tomorrow, SHTF happened, that's an entirely different ball game. I will go out there and I would call a particular number of birds. Would do that right away, and we would eat them right away. But I don't need to do that right now. It's not a worst case scenario right now. So if I can let them live out their lives, and if they die, then that's it. So yeah, those chickens have got it made. Yes, they do, Janet. I spoil my girls. I'm not gonna lie. But again, it's like, do you have something that you've used, a tool or whatever the case may be, or something that you liked, and then when its usefulness was no longer good anymore, you just got rid of it or threw it away? To me, that doesn't make sense. And so, you know, they support me, I'm going to support them. And that's just kind of where I'm at. And again, we're not in an SHTF situation right now. And if we get to that point, then we'll do everything differently. Everything would change. So, but what do you recommend to deal with weasels killing chickens? Oh, you have to make sure your chicken coop is very, very secure, that they cannot get in there, to get in there and kill your chickens. I have been very, very. How many wooded acres do you have in West Virginia? In West Virginia, it's about 20 wooded acres and 5 open. It's about what I have down there. So, but Ed, you can let some of the older chickens hatch some of their eggs and raise the chickens. My girls that I have, they're not broody. I do not have one broody chicken in there. There's certain that are more broody than others. I have the incubators here. If it got to the point, and that's the other thing I would tell you too. So SHTF happens tomorrow. I'm going to take 2 dozen of the eggs that I have setting aside, and I'm going to put them instantly. The newest eggs would go instantly into incubators to make more chickens. I would do that instantly, because that's important. That's something that you have to do. You have to re-strengthen that flock. It's going to take a while for your, those hens to start laying, and so that's what you have to do. It's all about planning ahead, looking at things, being ready for them, What am I going to do? How am I going to do it? How am I going to feed these animals? Especially getting through winter. So I like to keep a certain amount of stock of food on hand, always on hand, so that if we couldn't get to the store anymore to be able to get things, we could still be able to take care of them for a long period of time. It would have to get to a point where they would probably have to free range, or I would have to make a chicken tractor and put them in different spots and let them, go that way. So 600 trees is what you're selling to the logger. I believe so. I got to look at it again. Um, some of the trees are going to be milled back for the property, some pine. So Ed, your land and mine lay the same. Bet you had fun humping the ridges. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It was. It is no joke. Uh, and when we were doing marking the trees, we're going up and down, and it's like there's no pass on that part where we were at. So that was crazy. That was crazy. So lots of fun. I enjoyed it. It was a great workout. Really, really was a great workout, and I got to see my entire property, which was really, really cool as well. So Ed, can one hatch store bought eggs? No, Hope, you can't. Store bought eggs, you have to have the rooster. If you're buying store bought eggs, they don't have roosters in with those hens. Those hens are made just to breed eggs because you don't need a rooster to get eggs. But in order to get baby chickens, you need to have the rooster. So that's why those eggs, that's why I have my two roosters in with my 18 hens. So yeah, store bought eggs are not fertilized, so you got to have the rooster involved in that. So just so you know. But it's a good question. I'm going to tell you what I always tell people this: the only stupid question, because some of you be like, "Well, that's a stupid question." It's not a stupid question. The only stupid question ever is the one that's not asked. That's the stupid question, because if you don't know or you're curious about something, absolutely always ask. I think it's important. I think it's important. Rattlesnakes down there, 80 key. Yep, copperhead, or I think copperheads, and there's rattlesnakes down there. Yep. So there are definitely poisonous snakes down there. So, so what are we doing with our money? Okay, we'll get back to that. I talk about it really quickly. I'm sorry. I know I've been back and forth a little bit through this whole stream. I would not keep my money in the banks. Number one, that I would not do. Absolutely would not do. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't. My advice to people would keep enough money in the banks to cover your bills, and then I would not keep the majority of my money in banks. I would put my money into investments that, a good example, if you heat with wood, right? You heat with wood, you have a nice woodshed, or maybe you don't. Maybe you have pallets and a tarp. We have both. We have pallets and tarps over by mom's and Beck's side on their by their house. I have the woodshed that I built last year. That we built a woodshed. I think it was last year or the year before. Well, I think it was last year we built a woodshed. Fill them up. Take that money and get as much wood as you possibly could. That's money in the bank. That's a tangible good, something that's going to be there for you when you need it, and it's not going to go bad. So, I try to keep from on my side over here. I try to keep at least 2 years worth of wood on hand. They had plenty of wood left over from last winter that I bought them some wood also this year, and we're going to have some more wood coming in for them. When that wood comes in, we'll stack it up. That would be wood that probably won't get burnt this year. It'll get burned next year. So that is, that's one way you can invest your money. Invest your money in food. Food prices are not going to go down. It's not like this is a little speed bump and then, oh yeah, the prices are going to drop back off and they're going to go down. They're not going to go back down. They're only going to go back up. So I would very strongly encourage you to continue to add to your food preparations. Make sure you have the ways to purify water. Invest in that as well. Those are tangible goods. Those are things that are going to reward you in the long run. If I buy rice or beans, dry beans, okay, Rice is going to last forever. It's not going to go bad. If it's stored properly, it's not going to go bad. Beans are going to be there for 30 years. You could use them 30 years down the road. They might be a little bit more tough 30 years down the road, but they're still going to be edible. Not only are they going to be edible, you could germinate them if you need to, and you can grow more. Okay, those are things. If you don't have that, you can't. So those are smart things to do in that aspect. Okay, I definitely encourage people to get wheat berries. Wheat berries are wheat that hasn't been turned into flour yet. It's still in the shell. Those will also last 30 years. You can also plant them. You can also mill them. I have, and I don't think I've even shown you guys, I picked up at an Amish store a hand mill that if I put the wheat berries in there, it will separate them and it's there. But because they're still in the shell, they have a 30-year shelf life. I think it's really important to have. Not only can I use those to eat, to make flour, I can also take those wheat berries and I can replant them to grow more wheat. So it's a win win type of situation. Putting your money into things that are going to reward you, hedging your bets just in case something happens, because we all never know when something is going to happen. White rice is good, brown rice does not last long. No, good point, John. So yes, let me be clear on that. White rice will last forever. Brown rice does not. Brown rice is better for you, but because of the oils and stuff in brown rice, you're not going to have the shelf life. Maybe a year and a half, I believe. Now I could be wrong, but about a year and a half. How's the greenhouse doing? We still have some peppers, some tomatoes and stuff going in the greenhouse. We still do have some in there. I'll have to go in there. I'll have to show you guys. But yeah, we still have a few things growing in the greenhouse right now. I'm going to be setting some stuff up in there, and I'm going to show you what my plan is. I do plan on doing some gardening over the winter, and we're going to see how that goes. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. That'll be an experiment, excuse me, for this winter. So, but all right. So we're at 102 or hour and 2 minutes into the chat already. So it's 9 o'clock. We've got about 20 minutes to go. So before we do anything else, I want to do shout outs for other channels. And again, I'm going to start out with Alaskan Prepper, who gave me a shout out today as well. Very much appreciated, man. Thank you so much. I want to encourage all of you to go over to Alaskan Prepper's channel if you have not done so already. Give him some support. Tell him Prepper Nurse One sent you over. Really great guy. He's got a great channel. Also, there's Alaskan Granny is up there as well. We have Canadian Prepper. Also, he's got a good channel, a lot of good information. Sean James has two channels. We has the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance. Very, very good channels. Uneducated Economist is another good channel. A lot of good information is there as well. Icky Can and JJ will throw the link up to Icky Can because that's not one that's easily that you could spell. JJ just put the link up for Alaskan Prepper. And if JJ, if you'd put the link up for Icky Can is a friend of mine, lives in Canada, really good guy. He has his channel up there. I would ask you to go up and support his channel as well. We have Marfugal News out on the West Coast. Adam and Dax running that channel. Awesome. Angry Prepper down in New York City. Ice Age Farmer is another one. We have also Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Love his channel. I think he's a great guy as well. Highly, highly recommend him. A lot of great information. Very, very smart people. When you go to the Oppenheimer Ranch Project with Diamond, Diamond is like beyond smart. He's like one of those really, really smart dudes. And he knows what he's talking about and he doesn't talk out of his behind. Okay, so definitely him. Pinball Prepping is another good channel. I just came back from that get together that he had in Knoxville, Tennessee. Very, very awesome and fun. Bizariza Jizza is going to be getting his Carrington Chronicles going again in 4 days. Definitely get over to his channel and check him out as well. Bushcraft Bear. Love Bushcraft Bear. Very, very down to earth young man. Over in La Palma in the Canary Islands, reporting on the volcano. He lives on the island where the volcano is, and he's reporting every day, twice a day, about that. I think it's very, very cool. as well, to go and show him some support. Again, tell him Prepper Nurse One sent you over. If you want to see what's going on over there with the volcano, that's in its fifth week now already. Very, very crazy. Very, very crazy. But good dude. Got a lot of good information. Let's see. Doug and Stacy is another great channel. A lot of great information with them. Girl in the Woods, uh, and then her husband, Bush Radical. Two other really, really good channels. A lot of good information. Southern Prepper One is another one that comes to mind. There's a tremendous amount of really good channels out there. Corporal's Corner comes to mind. What's another one I'm trying to think of off the top of my head? So there's so many good channels out there. We should all be supporting each other. We should be rising each other up, supporting each other, being there for each other. And I think that's really important. So I definitely recommend that you go to the channels that I've said. If you can think of any others, people are putting them in the chat. Prepared Mind, he's got a lot of good information as well. Yep. And North Shore Preparedness as well as another channel. 80K Man, I did mention him earlier. Boss of the Swamp, yes, I like his channel as well. Uh, a lot. Survival Lily is another one. Yes, Bear Independent. I mean, again, people are coming up and are saying these different names, but it's true. There's a lot of great channels out there. There's a lot of good information. I think we should all go check each other out, support the different channels. So I definitely Suspicious Observer, absolutely fantastic channel. Okay, so anyway, guys, so let's support each other. Go to these channels. Tell them Prepper Nurse One sent you over, and give them some support. St. Bernard Acres, yes, Joe with St. Bernard Acres. I've known Joe for a very, very long time, and so he is now retired. Recently lost, I can't even remember what he said. I think he lost over 50 pounds, and so he looks way, way better. He looks really, really a lot better. So, all right, so that is that. We're going to get that part of it out of the way. We're going to do We Are Legion shortly, but I want to still talk some more a little bit about where you should be putting your money, where you should be investing it. If you're looking to invest, precious metals are definitely the way to go. I personally would not put money into gold. Gold is too hard to get rid of. If you like gold, knock yourself out. Go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I don't recommend it. That's what I'm saying. I believe that you should have silver, small silver denominations, dimes, quarters, 50-cent pieces, dollars, silver dollars. They're going to be very tradable in a SHTF event. I like them. I think it's a good way to hedge your bets as far as a longer term investment. I think it's a great thing to do. You can find it in your change once in a while. The Needy Homestead. Yes, the Needy Homesteader. If those of you that don't know the story of the Needy Homesteader, her husband and her and two of her children were in a horrific automobile accident with a drunk driver, hit them head on, killed her husband instantly. She was injured. Both of her children were injured, and she was really hurt for a long, long time. She's back up and making videos again. I absolutely recommend subscribing to that channel. Just very, very salt of the earth people. And it's a horrible thing that happened to them. But that could happen to any one of us, unfortunately. Somebody's got Ice Age Farmer on here as well. But yes, the Needy Homesteader, check them out, guys. Absolutely check them out and give them some support. Sweet, sweet lady. Um, the best attitude that you could possibly have. JJ just threw the link up for them. Please tell them Prepper Nurse One sent you over. I've never talked to her. Wrangle Star. I didn't mention Wrangle Star either. Never talked to her, but I will tell you this: when the situation happened with them, I donated myself to with what was going on because I thought to me it was the right thing to do. And people were like, "Oh, well, she got all this money. She had a funeral to pay for. She has children to raise." Tremendous amount of medical expenses, not only for herself but for her children. And think about the fact that her children witnessed their father die in an automobile accident, and also their mother was gravely injured. And psychologically, they're going to need counseling and they're going to need help for that because that's something that you don't forget. That's a very traumatic thing. And of course, then they were hurt as well. So um, I don't care how much. I don't care if somebody gave her $1 million. That still doesn't make them whole, and it never would. But it was awesome. It was, yeah. Her medical bills were off the charts, exactly. So, and she deserved everything that she was donated. People that donated, it was awesome. So, I think she's a tremendous person. And like I said, I've never talked to her. I've watched some of her videos, and but yeah, it's very, very humble, very, very kind person. So, but anyway, so anyway, what was I going to say? Put your money into things, like I said, again, silver, I think is a good thing to put your money into. If you're looking for an asset, silver, but tangible goods, things that are going to be tradable, things that people aren't going to think about in a post event, I think it's a good idea to hedge your bets, have things um, set aside and ready to go. Definitely get your medical supplies. If you, yeah, deodorant, ammunition, shampoo, razors, things that we take for granted that we don't think about. Those are things that I think are really, really important that you should definitely have. Um, Keep prepping, keep stacking it, stacking it, stacking it, because I'm telling you, and I know I repeat myself a lot on here, and I say the same things a lot of the times, but I will tell you this again. When SHTF happens, not if, when, you are going to have what you have. There's no more going out to the store. There's no more last run to go get these things that you thought, well, I'll get that later. You're done. When SHTF happens, my game plan, I am hunkering down and I'm going to try to ride out the storm. If somebody comes with bad intentions, we will deal with that as necessary. But the people that I care about and the people in my group, they're coming to me. If I am here or if I'm in West Virginia, I will have groups in both places. Now, let's say I'm not in New York when SHTF happens. There are still people that are going to come here and they will work together. If I can't get back here, or if I'm in West Virginia and I can't travel here, I have people in West Virginia that will be coming to the homestead in West Virginia. We will be working together. We will survive, and that's the most important thing. And I think that's what people need to realize. So, would I rather be with mom, Beck, and stuff like that if something happens? Obviously, yes. Okay, obviously, yes. And having Heather here as well. So, yes, I would rather be with them if something went down. But you don't know. We can't predict these things. We don't know what's going to happen. So, anyway, we're going to do this. We're going to do We Are Legion right now. Yeah, 2 equals 1, 1 equals 0. Exactly. So, make sure you have backups for your backups. Backups for your backups. We have Melbourne, Australia, Philip. I saw you put that up earlier, Philip. Again, jumping the gun, Philip, but that's okay. We're going to let it slide this time. Melbourne, Australia is in the house. Where's everybody else from? We have Beech Grove, Indiana, Northeast Texas, Nowhere, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Southern Maryland, Scotland's in the house. Welcome, John. Glad you're here. Disneyland, very nice. BC, Canada, Navajo Nation in Arizona, very nice. Welcome. Glad you're here. California, Maryland, Gatlin, Pennsylvania. We have Edgewater, Florida, Southwest Ontario, Canada, Northern California, Alberta, Canada, Central Iowa, South Carolina, Kentucky, Fayetteville, West Virginia. We have Orlando, Florida, West Coast of Gulf of Florida, uh, Littleton, New Hampshire, Pontiac, Illinois, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Asheville, that's up in North Carolina in the mountains, beautiful area. Eckerd, Indiana, we have Wyoming's in the house, Tucson, Arizona, North Kings, Ohio, Riverside, California, Verone, BC, Canada. Welcome, glad you guys are here. Northwest Arkansas, Birdsboro, Pennsylvania, North Highlands of California, very nice. Colorado, Minnesota, the Adirondacks, 80K man's over there in the house. Inverness, Florida. Clyde, you guys are awesome. It was so wonderful meeting you guys down in Knoxville. Tennessee, in the mountains. We have Ohio, Black Mountains of North Carolina, the Italian Alps. Very cool. That's awesome. Welcome. Sioux City, Iowa. Texas is in the house. Ulster Park, New York. Las Vegas. So, again, just from what I've said, guys, all over the world, all over the country. We got Sacramento, California, Detroit, Michigan, Fort Payne, Alabama, Southwest Colorado, Ocala, Florida, all over the place, all over the world. We're a huge family. We're a huge network. So when I say we are Legion, not the bad biblical Legion, that was one example, but the Legion like the American Legion, the Roman Legion. We're a good Legion. We are a huge network of people. We are all over the world. We're all over the country. We're a huge family, so many like minded people. And it is amazing how when we come together and how we all just get along. When I went to pinballs get together this year down in Knoxville, that was very, very cool. Meeting all the people that I met down there. I with the two get-togethers that I've had here, the prepper get-togethers in New York, they've been awesome. Had people come from as far away as Texas, Indiana, Ohio, New down New Hampshire, you know, Washington D.C., Tennessee, South Carolina. So all over the place. And the thing is, when I say we are family, it is because we are. We are a huge family. We're like-minded people that have been awakened. And I truly believe we have been awakened for a reason to make that difference, to help people when the time comes. And so I would encourage you to try to help if you can. Don't ever sacrifice too much that you hurt your own group or your own family. But if you can help people, I absolutely recommend that you try to do that if you can. So, anyway, the time has absolutely gone freaking bananas tonight. It is crazy how fast it goes. This has been a great chat. It really, really has. I've really enjoyed this chat with you folks tonight. We have such a great group. We really do. Great questions all the time. And it's a lot of fun. It's very, very enjoyable. So we have 573. Let's do for fun. Let's say 625. Let's shoot for 625 for the number of thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to do that. I was going to say 650, but that'd be kind of pushing it. We're almost out of time. So we're going to shoot for 625 for thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to do so. Please to show support for the channel. Again, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. The third reason, I like to see a lot of thumbs up, being honest, right? Again, if you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. So I thank you for that reason. So I got to show you the t-shirt. I don't know if you guys saw this. So when I was out at Sturgis this year, I obviously stopped in Deadwood, and it's one of the shirts that I picked up there. A lot of fun. That was a fantastic trip. I would go out there riding out there again in a heartbeat. It was a long trek. I'm not gonna lie. 1,500 miles one way on a motorcycle is a long, long ride, but it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Uh, so anyway, so that's what we're gonna do with that. But so anyway, guys, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely phenomenal job. They do a fantastic job, and I appreciate them keeping the chat clean. They're amazing with what they do, and I really appreciate, ladies and gentlemen, that moderate for me. You guys are awesome. So thank you very much ahead of time. Again, I thank all of you guys for being in here. Really, really appreciated. It does mean a lot to me. I appreciate the support. You know. Hey, Ed, where did you say you were born? I was born in Rochester, New York. That is where I was born, Rochester, New York. So, um, but again, I appreciate all of you for being here. I enjoy doing these chats. And like 80K Man says, failure to prepare is preparing to fail. And that's 100% correct. 100% correct. So, you know, keep doing what you're doing, folks. Keep prepping, keep staying vigilant, and you will be okay. Don't panic. That's the key. No panic. Stay focused. Keep doing what you're doing, and you're gonna be great. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. Stop letting them manipulate us. It's a really, really bad thing. Um, we can't let them do it to us. Stop letting them manipulate us over race, religion, political affiliation, or vaxxed or unvaxxed. Don't let them do it. It's a game. It's to get us fighting amongst each other, which accomplishes nothing. We all bleed red. So we all have to look at each other as brothers and sisters, and that's my opinion. So, I really think that that's important. If we could focus on what the true problems are in this country, you know what they are? They're two things: big business and the government. That's the true problem. Not what color skin you are or what color skin I am or what religion I practice and what religion you practice. It's ridiculous. If you have a relationship with your God, whatever way that you have it, good for you. That's how I feel. If it gives you peace of mind, I'm happy for you. We got to stop letting us do stop. We got to stop it. We really do. The things that we could accomplish if we work together would be amazing. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really, really important to tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. My favorite acronym, because people think they know what it means, but they don't. Whatever you are trying to accomplish, doesn't have to be about prepping, doesn't have to be about living off grid. It's whatever you're trying to accomplish to make your life better. Set those goals and then set about to making them happen. And the only one stopping you is you. That's it. Nobody else can do it. Stop letting other people dictate, take the blame, blaming other people for whatever is going on. Take personal responsibility, make your decisions, and make them happen. All right. So, really, really important. So, anyway, guys, what are we at? 6:23. Two more guys at 6:25. Let's get those last two thumbs up. Again, I appreciate all of you. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy these chats. I really do. I hope everybody stays safe. Have a good night. Yep, we got it easy. Easy. We're at 6:28. I probably should have said 6:50, huh? So, anyway, I will see you all the next time, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. There's probably from the West Virginia adventure, there's probably another 6 or 7 videos to go. Those will go up again at the 3 o'clock hour each day. And I hope you're enjoying them. I really do. So 633 thumbs up and 17 thumbs down. Hey, they're always going to be there. That's what they do. You know, they're still watching. They hate me and they still watch, which I think that is ironic. So, all right, guys, I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.